Popular belief. I believe the Red Mage camp won.
Yeah, and 25% of the nation believes that we brought down the Twin Towers on our own. Yeah, let me tell you, wisdom of the masses. Always want to go that way.
That's right. So,
how can you find a chick in leather not hot? I mean, really, how is that possible? She's got dark eyes.
I'm not saying that she's not hot. I just find the medic hotter.
I will say this: the one thing that allows the medic to gain more points in my mind is, please state the nature of your medical emergency. That in and of itself. And if you don't know where that comes from, we can't be friends anymore. Not just you, Red Mage, but everybody in the chat. We can't be friends if you don't know where that comes from.
That's right. It's like saying, I can't let you do that, Dave.
Exactly. How do you not know? Oh my God, I dated a chick. I said that to her once, and she didn't know what I was talking about. And I seriously was just like, yeah, this is a waste of time. I'm done. We're done here. It's like, yeah, it's been real, but have a nice life. It's one of those moments. How do you not know that?
Yeah, that's so odd. But we're actually going to get into some StarCraft action now.
No. StarCraft on our StarCraft stream?
Gay going on Tal'Darim Malter. I'm Red Mage JR, the lover of the medic. And then that's AC right there. He's the lover of the Banshee. Girl.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's run around on the ground and not even be in the real friggin' game. Anyway, gotta have a little... Yeah, I like that.
Gay show.
Yeah, that's right, Minotaur. They're blaming me for watching a gay show. That is correct, my friend. Little bit of ZVP action. See, I love gay, says. Glee is pretty homo. Oh, God. Okay, now, I love esports. Only in esports do you get this kind of thing. Like, you never see this conversation taking place in the NFL. But, okay, they're going to trash talk for a bit. Oh, that's cute. While they...
I don't really want to point that out, but you raped them by cheesing them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just gotta put that out there. I know that cheese is a viable strategy, but you cheesed it to hurry up the game so you could go watch Glee. I'm just gonna leave right
the
there.
Cheese I'm fine with. The reasoning behind it. Like if you go, oh no, I just wanted to win in as cheap and efficient a way as possible. I'm like, oh okay, yeah, that's fine. No problem, bro. When you say, oh yeah, I cheese to go watch Glee, it's I hate you. Well, I'll burn your house down. But
Burn the house down.
Little bit of ZVP action here on Tal'Darim Malter. We're going to see Gay spawning in our bottom right position in the blue trunks, and Glee, VP Minotaur, spawning on the bottom left here in the orange. And, I want to like him because he rolls the same color I do, but I can't stand it. I just can't stand it. Looks like he's got that pylon and now that forge out right near that expansion, so got to be having a fast expo out of this. And he had better transition to a Stargate. I can't stand it when people fast expo, especially on this map, and don't go Stargate. It is just, it makes me want to vomit. Spawning pull down before hatch here for Gay, so Gay looking to play very, very, very conservatively, and I kind of like that. You're going to open up a best of 3 series. You don't want to die to like two gate zealot pressure because you decided to go hatch first. So good play there out of Gay.
Oh yeah, definitely a good job there. That's going to give him the opportunity. And right now, Minotaur's got, he's got that patrolling little probe there, so he is seeing exactly that. So he is going to know that he does have the ability to go ahead and do his fast expand, which is fine. He'll be able to get up there because he did put down that forge, and that way he'll be able to see that. Gay's gonna notice that he did fast expand momentarily, and that's going to give him a good view of exactly what Glee is going to end up doing here, inevitably. We do see that proton cannon's going down, the gateway's going down finally, but we see lots of Zerglings coming out and the metabolic boost. This is something we didn't really see out of Gay too much in his previous matchup. He really was a little bit behind in getting those metabolic boosts, but I think now with this particular competitor, I think he's definitely on board and really going to do a lot to put a lot of pressure on Minotaur early.
Well, Glee's going to have to get up here and get a probe right here. We see the Zerglings on the way. They've just hatched and are making their way out now. This is going to finish real soon, this gateway, but he needs to always have a probe right here, so if he spots these Zerglings, he can just drop another gateway to seal this off completely and then cancel it if and when he needs to get a cybernetics core up. Right now, the door's wide open. So we do see some proxy nonsense here, Red Mage. He's got a photon cannon up behind the expansion of Gay, and Gay, he's missing his window here. The door's wide open. He's got these 6 Zerglings just hanging out the tower, not even going to try to rush in here, and there is not a single offensive unit right now. If he just ran these Zerglings in, he could kill so many many of these probes, but he doesn't know it. This cannon now finishing for Glee. So Glee continuing to favor this cannon nonsense. Well, I say nonsense. It's actually really good stuff. I love cheesy builds as much as the next guy. But there it goes. So now the door's closed. There's no way that Gay's going to be able to punish this. But I do like this. He's going to go ahead and expand over to that other position and just forego this for right now. So and basically just force Minotaur into a position where he's wasted the minerals needed for this cannon and this pylon. Oh, the Queen's getting too far out there. She's getting baited out by the probe. Look at this. He's pulling her in on purpose. And now Gay's going to notice he's going to lose this Queen. Yeah, this Queen is probably not going to die.
Oh, barely going to survive. And that probe is going to try to get her again.
What a jerk. Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me.
Don't tase me in the butt. But oh wow, Gay actually did get a couple of the Zerglings in there. He was waiting for that speed to finish up, but he took kind of a lengthy run in there and is able to get into the mineral line, picking off a couple of probes on and off. That one Zealot finally coming back here after a few minutes of them pulverizing that line, and great job there by Gay to throw in as much as he could, trying to get this around. There goes down another probe. He's doing a great job microing these little Zerglings there, keeping them out of the range of the Zealot and taking down one probe at a time. Great job here by Gay.
Picking him off in the gas, really, too, and that's really going to cost him so far as if he wants to try and get up the tech route. Takes so much APM to do this. Needs to stay away. Loses one Zergling there to that Zealot, though. So going to have to stay on the move. I think that's going to be a
bad idea right there. I think that's what's really going to cost him inevitably in this. He's not going to be able to take him down nearly as fast.
Oh yeah, 3 Zerglings can just about one-shot one probe if you're sniping him down. This really kind of reminds me a lot of Brood War. I know you didn't play a lot, but it was so viable to snipe probes like this and just use Zerglings to be super annoying. Loses another Zergling there though. So may as well just run the Zergling in and try to do a little bit of damage to the probes, or maybe run back out and try to get a scout. We don't see any Stargate going down, and I hate you for this. Get a Stargate. Why won't you get a Stargate? In the meantime, Gay doing his thing back at his base. He's been pretty effective. We go to the income tab, we can see he's behind in drones right now, but that's somewhat sort of kind of natural at this point in the game. He should start droning up very soon as that last little action of that Zergling dies out. He was delayed in his expansion, and I don't know if this was a mistake or not. He's got 2 Roach Warrens up. I guess he's wanting to get up on lair tech as soon as he can and do a dual research for a timing push here. But, yeah, I'm a little baffled by that, Red Mage.
Yeah, that is a little odd. I've not seen the double the double Roach Warren there. I mean, I guess I can understand, so that way he can get his speed boost and stuff like that up. But yeah, that's gonna be a hard sell, really. But great job by him to take that third as opposed to the natural. Because of that silly probe cannon thing that he finally got taken care of with that Roach, with that Roach force. But now these Roaches are going to come up here. 3 cannons, backed up by 2 sentries. This could get really dangerous really fast. Robotics bay going down, or a robotics facility going down right now, and the warp gate technology just now starting to get about 75% finished. But
yeah, well, he's chrono boost. He's spinning his chrono boost on these upgrades, which is perfectly fine. But he's really thin right now, really and truly. And in fact, if I'm Gay, I'm thinking drop. Right? That really is the counter to this. I'm really surprised to see he's not up on lair tech yet. That just kind of baffles me. There's no good reason for him not to have a lair up at this point. He's been really slowly collecting gas. Has been spending all the gas he is collecting on roaches, which is great. But attacking head on right here, especially at this point, once you reach about the 10-minute point, he's going to have sentries. He's going to be able to attack on more cannons. And now that robotics facility is going to finish, and he's going to have the option to get out an observer if he likes, which is what he's doing right now, or more importantly, an immortal. So, but doesn't look like it matters. Gay wants to push and see what he can do, moving this pretty big roach force up. He's got just about 20-some roaches, so he's going to move in. Needs to be target firing down these cannons as quickly as possible. And if he's not real careful, he's really going to throw this away. A bunch of stalkers now warping in, though. 5 coming in. Those force fields doing a great job of keeping those roaches back and not allowing them to target down those cannons as effectively as they could, but this is just too big a force here, Red Mage. I don't think that Glee's going to have anything for this.
Oh, I don't think so either. He's doing a great job. He really needs to target fire down that pylon right now to stop those cannons from really attacking what is that? This is going to push it back right there. He almost had that pylon down.
Right.
He wasted a little bit too much time trying to take down those sentries or whatnot. He really could have done a lot better, taking down the massive defenses with only having that one pylon right there. That's what would have been crucial to the whole thing. Is by the time he got everything in there, he wouldn't have been able to warp them in directly into the fight path. He would have had to warp them in somewhere else and walk them over, giving the other roaches plenty of time to attack. So that was a very big missed opportunity. We do see the layer tech going down now, as well as the extractors going down. So I sometimes just want to scream through the microphone.
Oh, I know.
Do this right now, because this is going to win it for you.
Well, the big thing is if during that attack he had used that open gate, I mean, the door was open there for a while, to run some Zerglings in and just get him into the mineral line. Doesn't have to be a ton, or even just to try and flank. What really got him was Minotaur, the timing on that was just off. He was able to warp in big gobs of Stalkers to try and push that back, and he was successful in it through some good force field usage. But right now, Gay is just miles and miles behind, and now the support bay and the extended thermal lance on the way. I really don't know, outside of just an amazing drop. Drop is really the way he should have gone with that. He should have got up on layer much quicker and tried to get a drop down. Double Roach Warren has turned out, I'm pretty sure that was actually a mistake there, maybe a panic move where he made two. Now going to get the Spire, so looks like he's going to be trying to harass his way back into this, but it's not going to be long before Minotaur can really just kind of A-move his way into the base if he's not real careful.
Oh, yeah, and now he's got that observer out, so he's seeing everything that Gay is doing, and now we see a third expansion going right down for Glee, so this is going to be a big opportunity for Gay to try to do something extra. Probably because he just took that natural now. Now he's up on 1,500 minerals. He's probably saving those to get those mutalisks as soon as they pop, as much as he can. But really, he's really going to start planning ahead. He's only getting I was going to say he hasn't really been getting a lot of overloads, but he's pumping out 3 at the same time. That's a very smart move, and getting those drones going to really get the economy boosted back up. Gas wise, because he's still a little bit behind gas.
20 drones right now, which is just really bad for any Zerg at the 15-minute mark. And now that Minotaur's beginning to push out, he's going to get aggressive. He's going to plant a pylon down right here at this Zelnaga watchtower. So I don't know. Gay's going to be in some rough shape here. He's got a good number of Zerglings and a good number of Roaches, but he's going to have to control this just right. And on the same side of the coin, Minotaur is going to really have to use his sentries well. He's going to have to use those force fields. Otherwise, this number of Zerglings really can punish him. So right now, if I'm Gay, you need to be pulling those Zerglings out to another angle. Let them attack from a different angle than your Roaches. Getting the Overseer now, not sure about that. It needs to be dropping down. With all the minerals he has, he'd be much better off trying to get down some spine crawlers for defense, because it seems like Minotaur is not going to want to move in quite yet. But the mutalisks
these mutalisks are totally misclicked. Okay, there we go. You fixed it.
All right, so here we go. Guardian Shield pops. That's a gigantic number of Stalkers moving up here. Going to have to be controlled just right. And oh no, the Zerglings are caught in the back. Not even going to be able to get through. The force field's going off. The Stalker's just doing massive damage. The Immortal count quite high here. And Minotaur has really played this just perfectly. There's nothing Gay is going to be able to do to deal with this Red Mage.
Absolutely not. He's doing a great job right now, just sitting on those mutalisks there to do whatever he can in those bases. But unfortunately, there's so many photon cannons down. He can't do anything. His only real hope at this point is just try to, in really going for the mineral line at this point. I know he doesn't know that his opponent's up on 2,000 minerals, but right now you want to start sniping down pylons.
It doesn't matter. I mean, we're talking a 100 supply deficit. That as soon as this push arrived, this game was over. So don't blame Gay for trying to hang into it and do what he can. But those mutalisks not going to be able to do anything to deal with this Stalker count. Now the main gone, no more lair tech. So this is effectively GG. Just waiting on Gay to pick his moment to type it out.
Oh yeah, he's doing what he can to wipe out the economy. But yeah, you're right. Without that ability, we see the Stalkers coming in right now for Minotaur, and he's up, 171. Yeah, too nice for us. Yeah, for him, he's down almost 130 supply. Yeah, there's nothing he can do, fast enough in order to get back into this game.
Oh no, he's down and out, and I think right now it's just almost a little bit of spite. Oh, there we go. The GGVWP, very well played from Gay. So, gonna be advancing. No, actually, that's just game 1. Don't know what the hell I'm thinking. I'm in a rush, man. I'm in a rush. So
you're ready to go. I can understand.
Glee taking game 1 of his best-of-3 series in our IG Alpha Divisional number 6, brought to you by itsgosu.com.
You're absolutely right, AC. Go to itsghosty.com, see all the upcoming events we have. But more importantly, we need you guys to follow us on Justin TV. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook if you go. Well, right now, if you're in the chat, you hit that little follow button right there, because the more follows we get, the more we get from our sponsors, the more cash and prizes we can give to you guys. And don't forget to go to itsghosty.com. In the upper right-hand corner, we have the Twitter and Facebook and YouTube things that you guys can get a hold of. And that way, for the contest we're going to be pulling out on Sunday, it starts on Sunday. You'll be able to get all the information from that as soon as possible. So it's going to be a huge, huge thing, and we can't wait to do that with our brand new sponsors' help.
Right. So, again, thanks guys for hanging out with us in the stream. I'm AC, that's Red Mage JR. This is the IG Alpha Divisional, brought to you by itsghosty.com, and of course brought to you by our lovely sponsors, Hyperkick Games, Cyberground.us, Max Integration, and San Yamabushi Jujutsu and Combination Goju Ryu School of Self-Defense. You can check them out at sanyamabushi-goju.com. So moving into Game 2, what map we going to, my friend?
We're going to Metalopolis.
Oh, little metal action. Little metal action. I like it. Metalopolis is kind of falling out of popularity here. We do all these events, 20 events a month, $2,500 in cash and prizes being given out just over this spring series alone. But, we do so many events. For the longest time, Metal was just like right behind Xel'Naga Caverns in terms of the go-to map that people wanted to play on. Now, all of a sudden, we're not seeing it as much. I wonder why.
Yeah, it's weird, because it's just maybe people wanted to get out in the map pool or what? I don't know. But yeah, usually a lot of people go to Xel'Naga, and then it's just one of those weird things. So I don't know. Hopefully we'll see. Hopefully we'll see what Gay had in mind when he picked this map. So let's hope that he's got something ready to
looks like
rock and roll.
Players are ready. Got the ready check from both of them. So counting down, this is our semifinal matchup, Game 2. VP Minotaur, a.k.a. Glee, known as, or leading the series 1-0, I should say. Gay really just kind of set back on his heels that time around. He really just, and again, not an insult, but he didn't look sharp. He seemed like he was off kilter the moment that first roach attack just failed right at the gate of Minotaur. Minotaur deserves all the credit in the world for being able to hold that defense and put it together the way he did.
Oh yeah, and being able to know exactly when to counter push there, that was great timing on his part. Being able to wait just long enough till he had the right combination, and then just basically doing the A move and done. That's it. Hopefully Gay will have a better composition for the attack and defense, because that's always one of the worst things to have is you think you're up enough to make that initial push, to make that GG winning push, and all of a sudden you lose it, and then you have nothing back at your base because you didn't plan for it. And I think that's what kind of got Glee there, which happens to a lot of people. You smell the blood in the water, you think you can go ahead and start taking things out, and then it crumbles, and then you're there trying to backpedal.
Well, for a Zerg especially, whenever you commit that much to an early attack, you're costing yourself drones, you're costing yourself possible an extra hatchery on a map that size. So if you're going to put together that attack, it needs to do a certain amount of damage. And again, I really think the reason it failed as badly as it did is he did not sit back patiently and try to get up on drop tech. If he had dropped just a few minutes afterwards, I think he would have been just fine. But Gay actually getting up an extremely fast, really fast extractor here, coming up even before his spawning pool. So looks like he's going to be super duper ultra safe in how he wants to expand against his Protoss opponent. And in the meantime, Minotaur doing his normal thing, this little drone, getting in and trying to pick on the pylon, tilting it windmills, so to speak.
Oh yeah, just getting that in there, and we see that Gay is just trying to assault that pylon there, doing kind of what we've been saying. So just letting them just continue to attack it.
I'll tell you what I'm kind of keeping an eye on right now. It's more valuable. What I'm kind of keeping an eye on right now is Minotaur and how much he loves to use cannons and to use cheese in general. He's going to get down here. He's going to try and block this expansion. Yeah, he's just going to drop the pylon right down. And, that's not going to be the best move, really. The spawning pool's almost complete. And Gay's build here, he needs, as soon as he sees that spawning pool pop there, he needs to cancel that pylon. That's not going to accomplish anything at this point. His opponent planned for this. Cancel it, cancel it, cancel it. Not going to cancel it. Okay. Whatever. 100 minerals down the drain. But Cybernetics core down now as well. So it doesn't look like he's going to be doing any cannon nonsense right out the gate anyway. He's already running that probe back home, or rather up to the Xel'Naga Tower. But, Minotaur, we've seen this. In all the events he's competed in for us, he likes to get up one game and then just do something crazy, like proxy a Stargate or something like that. So I'm still waiting to see if that's the route he's going to go here.
Oh, yeah. And right now you see him trying to take out that jerk pylon, as I like to call it. The joik pylon, so he can go ahead and lay down that expansion there quick enough, and really trying to get up, where he needs to be. And only one Roach Warden going down this time, so, great job there. And
learning from his mistakes, I'm sure.
That's right. He learned from his mistake. Minotaur, unfortunately, supply blocked at this point, because he didn't have a backup to that jerk pylon. That's always, if you got to do that kind of jerk thing, you always want to make sure you have one extra in case they take it out.
He really should have canceled it anyway, but, he's going with that Stargate, so he's going off a one-base Stargate, and this is risky. I mean, it really is. If you one-base Stargate a Zerg, you've got to make it count, especially by the time they get up that second hatch. That hatch not up yet for Gay. That's a bit surprising. I guess he just waiting on the mineral count. He's had a lot of units producing it. He's really fearing something early. He's getting up roaches already as well, so... with that Stargate off of one base, it takes so long to make most units. I mean, to get a Void Ray out, which is really your damage dealer. Now the speed links are down at the bottom of the ramp, so they're going to be able to negate any probe trying to move out, or at least harass it and delay any expansion process. And he's got to make this count. If he doesn't do a lot of damage with this initial air push, he's going to be miles and miles behind.
Oh yeah, because that's going to give Gay perfect opportunity to just kind of move in. And right now, he could probably just move right around these guys if he controls these guys just right. But no, he's going to come back and do a great job at defending that ramp a little bit there. Gay would have been perfectly happy, or perfectly well, to kind of split those forces up a little bit and really try to pull them out a little bit more. But we do see that hatchery going down now.
There's a lot of units moving across the map here. Roach is pulling back home. He needs to push right now. If he pushes right now, he's going to be fine. And he should know that as soon as this Void Ray targets down this Overlord, which... well, I guess he's just going to fly past it. No, now he's going to target that down. That's the target. He's got to know his opponent's extremely weak. He does have an Overlord here, but it's out of position. He needs to get the high ground. And Minotaur choosing now to move out and try and take that second Nexus. That Void Ray is going to cause a lot of problems. But right now, Gay has got a gigantic army compared to that of his opponent. So if he can push this just right and get up on that ramp, not get cut in half, that's the danger. And it looks like, Minotaur getting that down, actually going to cut one off. Doesn't matter. The one's going to grant enough high ground vision that he can pick off the Zealot and the Stalker. So as soon as this force field goes away, the Zealot and the Sentry, as soon as this goes away, he's going to be able to move up. The Phoenix is going to be there to try and clean this up. But right now, Minotaur in a lot of trouble, having to pull back those air units to try and defend.
Oh yeah, now he's got the three Phoenixes there rocking and rolling, trying to pick up those roaches as much as they can, trying to do some damage. Great wall in right there by Minotaur, trying to keep them out. But unfortunately, they were able to snipe down that one remaining pylon, and they're moving in now to really create a lot of damage. This is going to give this should give Gay the perfect opportunity to start laying down some spore crawlers. He's upgrading to layer tech now. And this is one of those things that he needed to kind of pull himself a little bit ahead. Those roaches, unfortunately, too crippled off the creep. But great job there, really doing a ton of damage. He killed about 14 workers right there, so that was just perfect. Because looking at the income tab right now, 15 to 15 harvesters right there. So all the harvesters that Gay lost, he basically brought Minotaur back down to even. Now we're going to see the retributions start coming in. These
spore crawlers opening up just in time. I mean, it's really going to come down how well defended is his main base. He's got the evolution chamber up. He's going to be quite safe. And right now, Minotaur is just going to be way behind. Really got to control this. Queen better gets her off the creep, so she's going to get picked up and blasted down. Big misstep there for Gay. That's going to set him back. And losing a queen at this point when you're this thin on defense already, it really is a problem.
Oh yeah, and now we see that they're going to try to move in there, try to snipe out a couple of these overlords right now, picking up the other queen right now. The spore crawler trying to do what it can. Is about to take down one of the Phoenixes. One of them goes down, but unfortunately, these two overlords are probably going to get taken out here, and that's going to come real close to supply blocking Gay.
Oh yeah, this is what he needs to do. Great job here, just targeting down the overlords. If he can take out too many of these overlords, Gay's just going to be in a ton of trouble. The Hydralisk Den finishes, and not seeing any Hydras in production quite yet. He's got the money in the gas. He's got the larva too. Not sure why he's delaying on this. Now he's going to lose. After losing those Overlords, he is kind of supply blocked. Going to get one Hydra out, 3 Overlords on the way. But he's got a ton of larva saved up here, so he should be just fine in getting the Hydras out to defend against any further harassment.
Oh yeah, with that much going on, he's finally now moving that Spore Crawler. He probably should have moved them a little bit closer to the front of the base there to stop them from coming in and doing what they did. You want a little bit better of a defense, but great job there. We see him. Glee is now coming to the backside, trying to take down one of those assimilators. The Queen is certainly hurt dominance and sniping it back before it can get that full charge. But unfortunately, it's back again, doing some massive amounts of harassment right there. Those Phoenixes now flying back across the map on the right-hand side. We just see tons and tons of harassment coming up. This is really going to be throwing off Gay right now because he can't concentrate on keeping things alive. Although he is moving that one Spore Crawler with that reduced drill time, it is getting down there pretty quickly. So anything that's going to come in is going to be shot down pretty quick. Oh no, maybe not. That Void Ray in just the right position to really avoid any of this attack.
But the Hydralisk are out now, so yeah, this is going to effectively shut that down. 5 more Hydras in production. He is finally going to go back and get that assimilator, or that extractor. But with the Hydralisk out now, this is going to shut this down. But what's important is what's going on outside of his natural. He's gotten his natural up and running during this time. He's basically ceased all Stargate production, which is a good call. And now he just looks to want to transition to a standard Colossus build, which he didn't do as much damage as I think he needed to do, but he did just enough that he's not going to be super far behind. I'd say they're just about even at this point.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you on that one, AC. He's doing a good job, too, spreading that creep a little bit, making sure it's easier for his units to move around a little bit. Plus, he's going to be able to get that vision, and that's going to be more important than anything else. It's just to have that vision to know where your opponent is coming from. Because you've got to have that, especially in Metalopolis, because there's so many avenues of attack, as you see with the air harass that he's been doing. Plus, there's the 2 avenues down the streets. He can also come over that third base. So it can really throw you off depending on what he's going to do. And honestly,
a Hydra army this big, it's the speed of the Hydras that really comes into account. The creep spread is not good at all right now. Tell you the truth, I don't see a single. Yeah, I see 1 creep tumor on the map, and granted he's been busy, but if he's going to go with a Hydralisk army, he's got to spread his creep. Otherwise, these are just going to be slow and very, very vulnerable.
Oh yeah, so true, so true. And we see him right now throwing down the spine crawlers right there for added defense. Very smart move there. We do see some more creep tumors coming in. He realizes that he has got to spread that creep, like we were just saying. And the evolution chamber cranking out that first +1 missile attack right there for those Hydras. But on top of that, layers is just finishing right now, and he's gonna have to do something about the armor that he's gonna need in order to repel these colossi. So he's gonna have to start getting out roaches as well.
Oh yeah,
and that's gonna and layer up his attack. He needs Zerglings, roaches, Hydralisks. You need
what he's gonna need eventually if he really wants to deal with it's not so much to deal with the Colossus, the roaches are just to be up front to tank damage. Same purpose as Stalkers. Stalkers really don't do all that much damage in general, but he needs something kind of meaty to tank and to allow his infestors and eventually his corruptors. If he's going to try and take on a Colossus ball, corruptors are not optional. He's going to need those, especially with Void Rays on the map now. So the third Nexus is going up now for Glee, and Glee is he's beginning to pull ahead quite a bit. I got to say the supply counts are about even. But he's really, you can tell he's experienced with this kind of a build and this kind of a transition. He's getting his upgrades. He's already got the +1 attack, the +1 armor on the way, the Twilight Council on the way now, so he can get Zealot Leg Charge and or Blink, depending on what he wants to do with that. And the Colossus now on the way as well. The extended Thermal Lance almost complete. So, Gay, though, not terribly far behind, going to get up on his third, but he is now on even bases against the Protoss, and that's not a position any Zerg wants to be in.
Oh yeah, and the scouting is definitely an issue. You're absolutely right about that, Epic Fox. He says that he wishes that Gay would scout a little bit more, and he really should, because he hasn't really gone out into the map really to see what's going on. And you see that that third base was just taken with a massive stockpile of photon cannons on that right side.
Just burning minerals at that point.
Yeah, he's just burning minerals. but really, he could have easily taken the gold by now, and Gay wouldn't have even known what's going on. So it's one of those things where he was kind of playing it a little safe to keep him to take that third. But honestly, with the lack of scouting, if you see your opponent not scouting a lot, feel free to take that gold and really get so far ahead economically that that you'll be able to shut your opponent down. Because if he's not scouting,
that's kind of the advantage. That's a real advantage of going with an early Stargate. It's why on a lot of the bigger maps I get so upset when I see a Protoss fast expand and not get a Stargate. There's no good reason not to do it. And it locks a Zerg in his base like we're seeing right here. Gay had to get up on this Hydra army to try and defend it and make sure he was safe. And now he's terrified to leave. He and everybody knows how that feels, to feel like if you move out from your natural or even from your initial spawn ramp, all of a sudden 15 Void Rays are going to walk into your base and kill all your unit-producing structures. We all know that fear. And that's really what's playing on Gay right now, why he's being so lackadaisical about getting out on the map and trying to be active. And the longer that he sits back and allows Minotaur to just put together this perfect death push, the smaller and smaller his chances of walking away with the victory shrink.
Oh yeah, and right now he's also trying to race. He's trying to race a Protoss to a 200 army is what it looks like. Is he's trying to get out those infestors, those spires are going down. This is going to be extremely dangerous because Minotaur has showed time and time again that he can put together a very, very vicious 200 army.
Oh yeah, he's staying right on top of those upgrades. Blink gonna finish up right now. +2 to armor and +2 to the attack. The attack almost done now. So, really, and this is the problem, and this goes for all racial matchups, but I would say not necessarily especially for a Zerg, but in a different way for a Zerg. You have to get out and harass a Zerg to make him waste larvae on units, as opposed to drones early on. Minotaur did that. And now, the Zerg has to get back and try to do something to disrupt the macro of the Protoss, because in a 200-200 battle, a Protoss is going to smash a Zerg, period.
Oh, yeah. It's just one of those things. Oh, we do see that the neural parasite is going into effect now too, so that's going to be even cooler. We may see him taking possession of some things. Corruptors coming out, that can only mean one
these
thing.
Corruptors
he did get the hive tech.
Well, the Corruptors are going to be here to deal with these Colossi, but it may be too little too late. Pushing onto the creep now, so we're going to see Minotaur move in. It feels like he may win this. I don't think this is the time for him. That army's too small, I think, to deal with these infestors and that army of Gay, but Gay really needs to be trying to move into position. If he got a good look at that army, he's got to feel like he's at the advantage.
Oh yeah, he does have that observer floating around there somewhere, so he is able to see exactly what his opponent has and where he's stationing his units. Great job there by Glee to start blasting out some of those creep tumors to move that creep back, so that way he has a little bit more time to get everything. And we see that Nexus finally finished up there at the gold. He's just amassing his army right there. This is going to be absolutely brutal for Glee here in just mere moments, because he is just going to be able to get up so quickly and just push.
Well, he's already up to 166 supply here,
yeah.
So right now, though, Gay has actually swung way into the lead. He's finally beginning to hit his macro stride, and there's a window of opportunity for him to do damage, and it's coming up very, very soon. If he misses it, and he allows his opponent to get the +3 upgrades, which is exactly what he's doing right now. We even see Storm coming off of the Templar Archive as well. He's getting a little bit too forward with these Corruptors here. He's going to get these sniped down if he's not real careful. Those Stalkers do have Blink, so if they can chase these down and blink after them, and just losing a few of those is gigantic in a battle like this.
Oh yeah, because that's one thing that you definitely don't want, is to lose your Corruptors, to lose that advantage so quickly.
Oh yeah, the Corruptor just, you're not going to deal with a push like this with Void Rays and Colossi without a good Corruptor count. And that's kind of the confounding thing for a Zerg. You can't get too many Corruptors, but you can't get too little either. You got to kind of get that right number. If you overcommit your supply and your army to them, you really wind up in trouble. Still being active with him. I like that he's being active, but he's really risking a lot of these Corruptors. And it does look like Gay did win the race to the 200 count. Now's his time to push. He needs to try and push out. Every moment he sits back is just the stronger that Glee's going to get. So 10 cannons going in for defense now, and he's up on +3/+3, supported with Templar. So I'm beginning to feel real sketchy about Gay's chances here, Red Mage.
Oh yeah, as Minotaur pulls further and further ahead economically, he's
pushing
going
that
to be able to
third now. Going to move in and target down that hatch. The Zealot's going to work on the drones. The drone's not even going to try to move away, and that's gigantic right there. Gay not even responding to try and deal with it. Now those Templar are way out of position. Zergling's going to move in. Nice storms going down. Oh, that's nasty, doing so much damage. Oh, wow. Yeah, Minotaur looking so very strong. The Corruptor's going to work now on the Colossus. More storms going off. But Minotaur looks to be way in the... Oh, yeah, he's already cleaned all of this up. And given the mineral advantage he has, his production advantage, he's up to just about 100 supply lead. That's our GG, Red Mage.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We see an Archon, another Archon coming in here right now with their extended range and them being considered massive. They're going to be able to do just an extreme amount of damage here. This small little push coming back here with these Hydralisks and Roaches, I don't really agree with him trying to move that force up there as that quickly, you know. And there's the GG there by Gay. He's going to go ahead and just call that when he sees it. So great job there by Gay, and even better job there for VP Glee, who's going to move on to the final round here in the IG Alpha Divisional number 6, sponsored by itsgosu.com. I'm Red Mage Jared. With me, as always, your pro commentator and my bromancer AC.
It's me, my friend. I'm only me because of you. Thanks to everybody hanging out with us in the stream. It's an absolute pleasure as always. So without a doubt, looks like Glee really taking the advantage there, managing to walk away with quite a convincing win. So yeah, and that army really did just disappear. Such amazing storms. And so getting ready to move into our next matchup. Let you track that down there, Red Mage. Once again, this is the IG Alpha Divisional number 6, brought to you by itsgosu.com. I'm AC, that's Red Mage JR. And of course, these are our sponsors, some of the guys that help make this possible. Hypocrite Games, Cyberground.us, Max Integration, and San Yamabushi Jujutsu and Combination Goju Ryu School of Self-Defense. You can find them on sanyamabushu-goju.com. You can see that right there on the stream. I'm not even going to try and spell it. Too many A's. But, so yeah, I mean, Gay had a couple of brief windows there. He really had a chance. If he had moved out and caught that army at the right angle, where he could have swung himself back into it. But following that Stargate harass, that was just so strong by Minotaur, throwing his opponent off, forcing him to make Hydras a lot earlier in the game than he would have wanted to. The economic advantage just proved to be way too much.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. You know, and he was trying to hold on as best he could, or try to alter his build to try to suit what VP Minotaur was going to be putting in. But unfortunately, it fell short too quickly, too fast, and almost the entire army was obliterated in just a matter of seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, great storms there by Glee. You know, and those poor infestors didn't even have a chance to get anything off. No fungal growth, no nothing. They were just absolutely obliterated. And it was just a great job. So, you know, unfortunately, that was.
Well, that's what happens when you let a Protoss put together the death push.
Yeah.
And Voss picking on me already in the chat. Oh, shut up. We're done. We're moving on. We're moving on, boss. I know I lost that battle, but hey. In the words of Samuel Clemens, if one ever finds oneself in the side of the majority, that is the time when one must contemplate their position. So, very happy to be in good company with my boy, Mark Twain, a.k.a. Samuel Clemens, a.k.a. the baller and the quintessential American author. So, I'm dropping some knowledge on you. That's right, I'm dropping some knowledge on you. How you like that? How you like that?
Right there,
dropping some knowledge. Dropping bombs up in here.
Woo!
But, all right, enough of that nonsense. Banshee's still hotter than the medic chick. She just is, okay? I mean, she just is. There's no other explanation. She just kind of is.
Just kind of has to.
So where are we at in our other matchups here, brother?
We let Shaggy and Source Odin go through their first matchup there. That way they could try to get kind of faster.
Right.
That way, when we were trying to wait for that one to play through, so we're just waiting to pick up on their second match. Shaggy, of course, being a very smart person and putting the medic back in his portrait as opposed to the as opposed to the renegade.
Hey, B-Rob, who's hotter, Banshee chick or medic chick? I say Banshee chick. I'm asking you. You're new to the chat. I want to know who's hotter, Banshee chick or medic chick? Call it out, brother. But so we're jumping into this best of 3 series, right?
Yeah. It's a best of 3 series. So you got to pick out who wins. Hopefully, they'll be done here fairly quickly because they started pretty much about the mid game.
All right, there's another guy in the chat, Data Lusk, however you want to pronounce that. That's my boy. See, 2 Banshee guys just showed up. That's right, the men showed up, That's what I like to see. Oh, and there's another one, Cobra GT 500. That's my guys, yes. And the Banshee is so much hotter. Oh, my God, she's so much hotter.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, don't let that camp. Okay, here we go. So we may be jumping into a matchup.
While you work on that, my friend,
yep.
Once again, going to pop our calendar up, 2011 Tournament Series. This is our full year's calendar. We actually may be making some changes in this, not in the bad way, not reducing events, but improving them, adding more. We did pick up a brand new sponsor. We're going to be giving away $1,000 worth of Magic cards next week. So if you're a tabletop gamer or a card game player, what have you, or even if you're just a guy looking for extra money, because you can sell these on eBay, we're going to be having multiple contests throughout all of our events next week, giving out 1G worth of Magic cards in various ways, and make sure that you stay tuned for that. You know, we're going to, if you win, you're going to be receiving 3 very limited edition, special edition packs, which, according to my card game nerd guru Red Mage, are very difficult to find. We're only released one time in one spot, so they're valued at about $15 a piece. We're going to be sending out probably 2 or 3 packs to every winner. So you're talking about a quick $50, even if you just turn around and sell them on eBay. So make sure you get you jump in the chat, you get your friends in here. Whether you want to keep them for yourself or sell them to some other nerd, looking forward to giving those out. That's, of course, made possible by our sponsors, Hypocrite Games, Cyberground.us, Max Integration, and especially by our brand new sponsor, Sanyamabushi Jujutsu and Combination Goju Ryu School of Self-Defense. Check them out at sanyamabushi-goju.com. So I'm AC, that's Red Mage JR. Red Mage, what's the status? There's the invite, right on time.
Yep, we're actually going into our final matchup. Unfortunately, Source Odin had to leave. After game 1, he just had to leave. So that's going to advance Shaggy into the final round, facing off against VP Glee, or me if I don't move my character down. So we're going to see an RVP right now. This could be absolutely epic here on the GSL Terminus SE.
All right, so Shaggy's going to be rolling random, huh?
Oh yeah, this could get real interesting real fast. With that, because if it's a PVZ or a PVT, this could get really kind of crazy.
All right, so moving in, getting the ready check from the players right now. This is our finals, our best of 5 finals here at the IG Alpha Divisional number 6. This is, of course, our Gold Platinum event. Tomorrow night, going to have our Diamond Master and Grandmaster event, our Omega Divisional number, I think we're up to like 7 on that. I always get the numbers confused because we do one more Omega a month than we do Beta and Alpha, so definitely got to check that out. But yeah, so if you're looking for some great play, join our stream tomorrow night, or if you're looking to play yourself, looking to compete for a $20 cash prize by winning our Alpha Divisional, make sure you show up. And of course, the top 4 finishers in every one of our Alpha Divisionals qualify for our $60 end of month Omega Cup. So all you have to do is make it to the semifinals to qualify for that. So lots of opportunities to win yourself some cash here from itsgosu.com. Moving in, the brand new GSL Terminus SE. We're finally on this version of the map. The map that's slightly altered. We'll get into that very, very shortly. For those who are familiar with Terminus RE, this is not the same map by any stretch of the imagination. One very big change really, really mucks things up. First thing, though, and I need to... Yeah, that's going to be Shaggy spawning as the green Zerg. I hate when jerks change their color. Jerks. So Shaggy in the green here going to be spawning at roughly that 9 o'clock position. Going to be quite happy to see that his Protoss opponent is spawning across the map at that 3 toss here, he says, after selecting toss. Oh, Shaggy's a nice guy, calling it out, letting him know it's Zerg. So his opponent spawning at that 3 o'clock position. So, we've been over this before, Red Mage. Not a lot's changed in terms of anything but these back rocks. You've got this very easy-to-take natural expansion. And, of course, this is a rotationally symmetrical map. And given that our players are spawned as far away from each other as possible, their spawn locations relative to each other not going to matter particularly much in this matchup. Then you've got this third, by the way, that has this rich Vespine guys, and we call this an 85% expansion because that's kind of what it is. But the big change on this new version is you have these back rocks that are destructible and can lead into that third. That really makes fast expansion builds a lot more risky, creates a lot more interesting possibilities on this map, no matter the matchup. So either way, Shaggy is going to be quite happy to see he can expand south and know that his Protoss opponent is not getting any closer or further away because he's already that far away every time he takes an expansion.
Oh yeah, right there. We do see that Shaggy playing with Minotaur a little bit there, because he said you know, well, you didn't have to tell me what your race was, and he's like, how do you know I was telling the truth? But of course, that probe just passed that drone, so they're gonna know instantly, you know, what each other is playing. And Epic Fox did make a very good point on this, AC. That why do you think the Banshee chick has cloak? Because she's fugly. She's UGLY. She ain't got no alibi. She fugly.
Yeah, that makes sense. So does it? Yeah. I mean, really, what do you say? It's like, yeah. Cool story, bro. Cool story, bro.
Way go with it.
Banshee chick's hotter. Ask B-Rob. B-Rob knows Banshee chick's hotter. But Minotaur getting that wall up here. So not going to be doing any Forge Fast Expand. And really, if there is any map where I'd love to Forge Fast Expand, it is this one. Again, it is a bit confounded by the fact that these destructible rocks are here now. But really, it's still pretty safe. You just really got to be active with your army and not just get into that, oh, I'll rally them right to my choke and always feel safe syndrome. In the meantime, a bit of a delayed hatch here out of Shaggy. Shaggy, actually, this is a very delayed hatch. Queen up first, spawning pool up first, and gas up first. I think he's going for some kind of timing push here, Red Mage.
I think so too. You know, with him, and I think you know, that one probe out there by Minotaur is going to tell him everything. That now we're sitting up about the 4-minute mark. His opponent has not made any sort of
straight up to lair, to lair too, off of one base. So I have no idea what he's doing. It's rare to see a player who's obviously not bad, or he wouldn't have made it this far in our tournament. Shaggy, rare to see a Zerg do this off of one base. This is the kind of thing you see the computer do when you set it to like very hard or insane AI.
Yeah, it just goes absolutely crazy with that. So yeah, you know, Minotaur's got to know that something is up. Well, with not seeing anything out of there, we just see that Roach Warren going down right now, and this is going to get real interesting, real fast. It looks like Shaggy's really going to put on a show for us, and that's going to be more worth it than anything else. Is because, you know, Glee is so used to having a basically standard playing opponents, but now. You know, Shaggy's kind of throwing a wrench.
Oh yeah, I mean, how do you prepare for this? You have no idea what's coming. He's going to get a few more gateways out, so jumping up to 3 gates. I mean, I guess that's about as safe as you can be. But at this point, you just about need to go a little bit overboard with it. You know, your opponent is now at the 5:30 mark, no expansion. The probe's running around. Has spotted the Roach Warren. The Queen's already been out, so you know he's got a crap ton of larvae saved up. And it just looks like he's going to try and execute some really strong roach push. The problem is, I think he's counting on his opponent expanding. If I'm Minotaur at this point in the game, no way am I dropping a Nexus. Absolutely no way. See, and just as I said, it says might as well expand. He's not. Burrow Roach won't work. So I guess he's getting up that robotics facility, but yeah, I mean, it's like I don't think Burrow Roach was what he was going for anyway. If I had to guess, he's going for Roach drop. At some point. But, you know, no, he's going straight for Infestors. One base Infestor Roach. And that's actually could be kind of dangerous. I don't know that I've actually seen that ever. So I have no idea how this is going to work out. None.
Yeah, this could get absolutely crazy, you know, with that, you know, because, yeah, if he can get out those Infestors, he's really going to do a lot of immediate damage to Glaive, who would just be caught completely unaware, because you know, now that he's got those roaches there protecting that ramp, he's not going to be able to see what's going on, you know, unless he goes up to some sort of Stargate tech and runs something in there. But right. I don't think he's gonna have the ability to do that. So this is going to be an amazing play here by Shaggy.
Oh, there is an Overlord making his way over here, Red Mage. Can you say Nidus Canal? It's possible.
I would love to see a Nidus Canal, but unfortunately, he's doing a pretty good job on that left-hand side to keep everything bundled up. But if he comes right back in here to the back right-hand side of the map,
I guess maybe he was going for this. Doesn't make any sense to me at all. Now he's going to be miles behind. He's got to do something with these units. I mean, he's down 10 harvesters right now. His second hatch isn't even close to completing, and now we see this Nexus almost done for Minotaur. So. I guess he really was. I guess Minotaur called it. He was trying to go for that Burrow Roach, and you know, he just called it out, and Shaggy transitioned out. But this is not good news for our challenger Zerg here.
Oh yeah, you know, you're so right about that, AC. We do see that the photon cannon going down, and there's one thing that Minotaur has been doing a ton of, and it's the excessive use of photon cannons.
Right.
The whole thing. He's created that minor wall right there. I was honestly expecting at least 2 or 3 more cannons up there in the front. Now we do see that those pathogen glands are going into effect that infester, and you know, the hatchery's almost done. So this this is a very, very peculiar build, but I'm really anxious to see how it's going to go out. And we see the Observer about done for VP Minotaur.
Oh yeah,
so he is going to get a look at what's going on.
Oh yeah, completely safe. I was kind of behind him with going with the early Infestor to try and punish an expansion. I mean, this army of Minotaur is so small, and again, I was just pointing it out. These back rocks, you knock those down and come around this back side, you negate any of these cannons he wants to plant. So, I mean, with just a handful of sentries and stalkers, if you got a decent enough roach count with some infestors, you really could do some damage. But that's going to be seen now by the Observer of Glee. So, yeah, I'm just baffled. I'm not going to lie. I really don't know how to read this at all. Other than him just saying, I'm going to try something and then transitioning out of it, which means he's a million years behind.
Yeah, or he could just be going for a total kitchen sink build. Just build absolutely everything he can, and then throw random amounts of units at Minotaur, forcing him to change up his army composition and trying to catch him in between those breaks, between warp-ins or rally-ins and things like that. This is a strategy. I mean, Shaggy's gone through a huge amount of opponents between the beginning and the end, and of course, taking out Shmeezy to get into the semifinal round there. Shmeezy, of course, being part of the Shmeezy Find Muck. Multi-hour, TVT scenarios there.
Yeah.
So, so he's definitely had to play and really cut his teeth on an amazing set of brackets here. So, he's got to have something up his sleeve. I think he's going to surprise us, or at least I'm hoping he's going to surprise us.
I'm racking my brain for what he can do here. He's not going with any sort of an airplay. His army count's extremely low. This Overlord's over here. That pylon's going to be there despite any Nidus nonsense. His opponent's already up on Colossus Tech with the extended thermal lance right behind. He's taking a third, so with this third going down, he's not going to be able to get aggressive. He just dumped 300 minerals on that instead of an army. He's up on Hydras now, which is great. I mean, as far as it goes, but I mean, what's he have? I mean, look, this is his army. This is it. He's got 4 infestors, looks like 6 roaches and 2 hydralisks. That's what he has. And I don't know what he can do with it, other than just sit right here and hope his opponent doesn't attack. That's really about the extent of it. Yeah,
this could easily be a 3-hour tour and wind up getting stuck on an island. Because, it is smart to get out those infestors to get them, almost at 200 energy. But there's that Overseer, and he is going to spot that Observer and knock that out of the box there, so that's gonna force him to try to make another one. We do see the Stargate is going down right now. Colossus extended to the lance, that kind of thing. 3 more infestors, and that mystery third going up and ready to rock and roll here. This is going to be a very, very interesting time for him.
Well, I'm just again, I'm baffled by everything we're seeing here. This third of Shaggy has gone down at the third expansion of the 12 o'clock spawn, which is an 85% base. I mean, if you're going to take a base, don't take that base. That base isn't going to give you as much. Again, the army still extremely weak, almost nothing here. The Colossus are out. And really, I'm still just kind of baffled as to what we're seeing here, and I think both of our players are scared to move out on the map. I don't think we've seen a map or a unit other than the scout probes move anywhere past the initial chokes of these expansions here, Red Mage.
Oh yeah, you see, with everything we got going on, Shaggy now finally showing that he's going to take that third, and right there, VP Minotaur has that one probe hanging out down there. Just waiting in that third area, probably to throw down a proxy pylon once he sees the
fleet beacon's on the way, Red Mage.
Oh shoot! Give me what Red Mage loves.
The old mothership. It's gonna have to be gonna have to be a mothership. I can't imagine transitioning blind to carriers. That just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But really, at this point, I mean, Shaggy is so far behind, there's literally nothing he can do to catch up. I mean, 37 Harvesters to 73, are you kidding me? In a ZVP? I mean, seriously, that's way low. So I have no idea how, this game basically ended when he took that expansion and didn't push anything. So the mothership's down now, so the mothership going to be warping in, and I guess we'll probably see that mothership pop before we see any sort of an A-move victory.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going to use that to his advantage with that only single Overseer over there. It's going to do him some good, but not a whole lot once he starts wiping out everything that he can see. Briefly that he can see once that mothership really gets going. Glee doing a great job. He was chrono boosting that mothership to get it out even faster, and that is a very, very smart move. You can see that army now moving out to get into a good position, so once that mothership pops, he can just move it right over and really start to take that out. Now, Shaggy taking that 4th base, this is probably not the time to do that. He really will probably have to cancel that as soon as he can.
There's nothing he can do. I mean, I hate to sound so fatalistic about it. At this point, he's so far behind, there's literally nothing he can do. I mean, look at this army. I mean, just look at it. Does this not look super impotent? I mean, is there any other word other than that for this?
Yes, it is a very flaccid army.
Exactly.
As he pulls in through here. That mothership is absolutely going to wreak havoc with everything, and while Shaggy goes out trying to find where that army has gone, Minotaur at this point really just needs to keep those units back.
There we go. The Colossus is going to begin to throw down the fire. Good force fields cutting off a few of those infestors. Looks like Shaggy forced into an engagement he didn't want to engage in. Fungal Growth going to go down and do a pretty good amount of damage. He's got an absolute ton of infestors, so that's going to give him a little bit of an advantage. Now the infested Terrans being thrown out, a little bit of a desperation maneuver. Not going to last very long at all in the face of these Colossus. But so, I mean, this army doing pretty good damage. But really, it's the economy difference. So it's like, it seems like Shaggy caught that. He's got a few of these infestors left over. Infestors just really are so good. I'm really kind of baffled as to how he did as much damage as he did there, other than just an amazing amount of fungal growth. But, the economy advantage, 4,000 minerals in the bank for Minotaur. Minotaur can seriously build 15 warp gates and remax his army in about 2 minutes if he wanted to. And the mothership out now. We missed the pop of it, but there it is, my friend. Your night is made.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely made. All we need now is a little Nidus network, and that's going to be really bad because now as you see, Glee is assembling his army underneath the veil of the mothership and planting that proxy pylon right there. This is going to be absolutely devastating, and with so few units really to deal with this kind of thing, he's going to be in deep, deep trouble. Even with those infestors, he's going to have to pop those infested
He's moving in again, though. It looks like he wants to catch this fungal growth on the mothership, so the mothership down to more than half life. He's going to lose it. He's going to lose the mothership. No. It's hanging on with 42 health. 42 health. One more fungal growth would have finished it up. Not that it really would have mattered. The Stalker count now very, very high for Minotaur. That economy kicking in. Again, he's just going to be able to remacro his army pretty much at will. I have no idea how many warp gates he has. 3 more going in now, and the mothership's going to get cute. I know what he's going to do. He's going to use recall.
Yep.
Moving up to the north side, going to recall right into the main. I guaranteed. He's got to be careful, though. I mean, only 42 hit points and 70 shields on it. So here he goes, the big lumbering beast floating in. Oh, I love the recall spell. Looks just so freaking cool. Come on, do it, man. Do it, do it. Moving into an open area. He sees there's no anti-air. Got to open fire, and here we go, the recall. So that's going to be the GG, most certainly. Nothing that Shaggy's really going to be able to do with this, even if he did by some miracle manage to clean this up. It doesn't really matter. Fungal growth is going to do massive amounts of damage to these stalkers, of course, but I mean, really, how do you bounce back from this?
Yeah, it's very, very rough, and instead he's going to throw down this infected Terrans, and they're going to be just absolutely obliterated before they can even hatch with their poor little things. And there's the GG. Great job there by Shaggy, trying to do what he can, but Minotaur really making it hard with that friggin' mothership that I love so much. And again, I forgot to click on it to see the portrait. I got to remember to do that. So maybe I'll do that when I'm watching the game on the replay. But absolutely amazing right there by Shaggy to try to defend what he could. But Minotaur making my night, throwing down that mothership and really wiping them out in great stride.
Oh, yeah. This is the IG Alpha Divisional number 6, brought to you by itsghosty.com. I'm AC, that's Red Mage JR. He's going to be getting Game 2 of this Best of 5 series set up. In the meantime, want to thank each and every one of you hanging out with us in the stream, hanging out with us in the Battle.net chat, and, of course, want to thank all of our sponsors, Hypocrite Games, Cyberground.us, Max Integration, and Sanyami Bushi Jujutsu in combination Goju Ryu School of Self-Defense. And you can find them at sanyamabushi-goju.com. So jumping right back into the action, and really, Minotaur, he's just looked so sharp. I mean, he really has as much flack. And for those who are wondering, by the way, the reason we call him Glee is for 2 straight weeks now he has delayed our events in some way, shape, or form because he had to go watch Glee with his girlfriend. So, yeah, we kind of don't let him off the hook on that. But I got to say, he does kind of shut us up. I mean, he really, really does. I mean, he's done so well in each and every one of our events, and really puts on a show for everyone who cares to hang out and watch. So, once again, thanks to each and every one of you hanging out. The finals are going to be a blast, and don't forget to check out all of our other events on itsgosu.com. We've got so much going on. 20 events a month, $2,500 in cash and prizes. Now $1,000 alone in Magic cards going to be given out next week, so stay tuned for that. But right now, stay tuned for more great StarCraft action. Shaggy taking on VP Minotaur, and for some reason, I hate when that happens. I'm just about to bring it up. Now we've got the scoreboard at the top. So, Shaggy going to be down 0-1, and he changed colors on me. Oh. Why do people seriously end up with the Terran? They always end up going, oops, I was wrong race.
No, he actually had it as Terran, and as opposed to the random that time. I literally just saw it at the very last second.
Right.
So yeah, no, it was an inadvertent grab by that. So we'll remake the game real fast for him. Make sure we all have a nice little thing. It would actually be pretty funny if he did spawn as the Terran.
Oh yes, especially. Got our 2011 calendar up right now. Like I said, make sure you check all that out. No matter what level you are, Beta, Alpha, Omega, doesn't matter. We've got events for everyone. King of the Hills are open each and every Sunday. Beta Divisional for our Bronze and Silver League. Alpha Divisional for our Gold and Platinum. That's what you're watching right now. And, of course, our Omega Divisionals for Diamond, Master, and Grandmaster. Whether you play in that and compete or you just come out and hang out at the stream, trust me, it's a very high-level play. And we can't wait to bring you more Faction Wars VODs as well. Looking forward to getting that. And, of course, just all the news you could ever want regarding StarCraft 2 and esports in general can be found at itsgosu.com. So make sure you check us out at our homepage. So zooming back into the action, and he's actually going to spawn as Zerg again. So Shaggy going to be spawning down 0-1 in this best-of-5 tournament. He's got to try to find a way to claw back into this. VP Minotaur, just such a strong player. He's not the kind of guy who's going to give ground easily. And he's spawning at the top right in his trademark orange, something I actually do like about the guy. I always roll orange as well. And, this is one of the last time we saw him on this map, what did he do? He cannon rushed a Zerg. So
yep, he absolutely did. So we may see him perform the exact same action.
I think we're going to see that again. He's pulling that probe out. Okay, never mind. Just going to build his pylon. Oh, who's lagging there?
Oh, don't know. Yeah, just heavy bit of lag right there, but
probably BattleNet. Thanks, Blizzard.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll be able to tell very soon. But Minotaur is not afraid of cheese, and I kind of respect that about him. That's how real competitors play. If they feel like they can gain an advantage by doing a very unorthodox cheese build, more power to them, man. That's how you win. And, I'm not a big fan of people who LOL cheesy builds suck. Yeah, watch the GSL and see how often Koreans cheese each other. But,
yeah, they do that pretty heavily to one another.
Pretty regularly. So the probe going to move in now, and Shaggy, again, going to be getting that spawning pool down way early. I'm just going to take a guess and say that this is probably his worst race. I mean, there's no way he made it through our bracket, and playing as just to be blunt, as poorly as he did that last time. So, hopefully he's going to be able to battle back. So we're seeing the Forge down. Yeah, we're going to see another cannon rush here, Red Mage.
Oh, that would be absolutely brutal right there if he starts pulling that. Yeah. We're getting that Forge down right there before the Cybernetic score. I think you're absolutely right. And he's going to be too far behind.
The Zerglings are going to hatch, though, and chase his probe out. So, going to be tough. He didn't get that pylon down. He tried to get a little bit too cute. He's got the minerals to do it now, but the Forge is already finished. Looks like he's going to have to wall himself in now. So, dropping a defensive cannon. So, I like this out of Shaggy. Taking VP Minotaur's nonsense and shoving it right back in his face. Saying, that's fine. Go ahead and try and cannon rush me. I'll just chase you all the way home with my Zerglings.
That's right. You're just going to be able to run in there. There's only that one probe that's really holding in, and all he's got to do is just get by it. No, I guess not. Yeah, he really has to try to get down that cannon before it has a chance to formulate because he's not getting in there right now. Yep.
So, but the big advantage here for Shaggy is he spotted it. He's got to feel very comfortable to do whatever he wants. He's taken that extractor. Needs to get up on a hatch real quick. There's no reason in the world not to expand at this point. He's got Zerglings out to try and deal with any sort of warp. Excuse me, any sort of rush, any sort of pylon, any sort of cannon, any sort of that nonsense. He's going to be able to chase all of that down with the Zerglings. So there really is just no good reason why he shouldn't just rush to an expansion and take a quick lead.
Oh yeah, he's going to be doing really well with that. And on top of that, I'm really amazed at those Zergling. It took them that long to catch up with that probe and really put it out. There was a huge opportunity for Minotaur to really cause a lot of problems very early, but he kind of played out his hand. Either that or Shaggy, watched the previous match where he did defeat with the cheese there and was kind of waiting for it. And I guess that was a good thing to do before that. We see that Minotaur now watching out for that one lone Overlord that's hanging out there in the corner, in that dark corner, throwing down that pylon out there to check that out. Really trying to make sure. And then Minotaur asking, "Hey, is that an 8 pool? 7 pool?"
No, 7 pool actually. One better, bro.
That's right. Even better. Not as good as the 6 pool, but just as awesome.
What is Shaggy doing? Going up to Lair Tech immediately. Not even getting an expansion. I mean, it doesn't even have remotely close to the money he needs to expand. I'm just baffled once again. Why in the world would you delay an expansion this long?
Yeah, it's I can understand where you want to get up on the layer to try to get some of the cooler stuff.
Not
but at the same time,
base.
you need things. You need larva to make things, and you really need to put that expansion down way before, because you could drop the expansion and then go right to layer tech, with no problem.
Right.
But,
yeah. The limiting resource on layer is gas more than minerals.
Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be one of those weird things. But he is going to throw down that spine crawler there, towards the top of the ramp there. But this is still a little bit. Oh, he's going to build the Nidus network. So I'm going to get my Nidus network up.
Well, if he's going to one base, this is the way to. If you're going to one base, this is the way you want to one base. One base with a purpose. Don't just one base and take an expansion 10 minutes too late and be behind the entire rest of the game. So he's got this Overlord in position. We'll check the vision on it real quick. He can see the edge. He can see right on the edge of this platform. So he's going to be able to bring it in right there. There's almost nothing back here in the base of Minotaur. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think there's anywhere for these units to squeeze by. I think he rallied them out there. So he may have these units locked out.
Yeah, with the exception of these 2 sentries that are there, they're going to try to take that Overlord out. He really needs to push it up toward the top.
He's getting an Overseer. That I like. They get a little extra vision, so he's going to be able to stay out of range and use the Nidus network.
That's awesome. That is a very, very smart move there. We see that Nidus network is completely loaded up with those darn Zerglings. And this is going to be a great opportunity for him. He's going to drop down that Changeling right now to get a look inside the base. Oh, that Stalker is going to take it out pretty quickly.
He's kind of wasted an opportunity here. Now his opponent's got to know that, he's got to be very, very aware of what he's doing. Now his opponent's tearing down that forge so he can get out and in a lot easier. So Shaggy, I think, is timing a bit off. I don't know why he fooled around with that Changeling. He should have just, as soon as he could, moved in and built that Nidus network. Looks like he's going to try and do it very, very close to the mineral line, but he's going to have to do it quick. And now would be the time. The army of Minotaur is out, so if he's going to do it, he needs to do it now. All those Zerglings are not going to be able to hold this force right now.
Oh yeah, unfortunately, just now threw down that secondary expansion hatch.
Probe spot the Nidus network immediately and kill it. So no chance there. Shaggy going to go down 0-2 here, Red Mage. There's just about nothing he's going to be able to do. I mean, he can try and build another one. He's got, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, he's got like 16, maybe, I call it 30-some Zerglings. But with judicious use of force fields, he should be just fine. He's already denied that expansion. That alone is the sort of thing that can pretty much end the game. And now we see that second Nidus network immediately denied by the probes being pulled off to kill it. And Shaggy just in terrible, terrible shape at the moment.
Oh yeah, he's going to have to start pulling these units out. He's trying to throw them back into the Nidus network. Okay, never mind. He's going to pull them out now. That's great. That's a good idea because unfortunately, your spine crawler defense is completely
good. Force fields there, going to keep those Zerglings out. Wonderful use of the force fields, and there it is, the GG from Shaggy. So even Shaggy has to LOL at that. So VP Minotaur, a.k.a. Glee, a.k.a. the Zerg Stomper, going up 2-0 here in this Best of 5 series in our IG Alpha Divisional number 6, brought to you by itsgosu.com.
Wow, what a great game on that one there, AC. Unbelievable. Tried to get my Nidus network in there, but unfortunately did not time it. Did not have the best timing. I was gonna say something else, but it was gonna be too negative. And I really didn't want to be negative to Shaggy because he
missed his window. I mean, call it what it is, man. He had a shot at making that work, but Again, little things, and you know, we've all done stuff like that. I mean, when you're in the game, everything feels different. Then you watch the replay, and you're like, wow, how did I screw the pooch that bad? But why in the hell he would waste time with that changeling and flying that Overseer in? I mean, as soon as Minotaur saw the Overseer, he had to know something like a Nidus was going to happen. So, I mean, he just kind of gave himself away, and it cost him the game.
Yep. And that's exactly what and that's exactly the situation that you don't want to be, especially in a game matchup between somebody like Glee. You don't want to be down 2-0 in a best-of-5 series, because now you're going to have to win 3 games in a row.
Oh, exactly. And against a Minotaur, a guy who has already, you know, who we've seen already win and do extremely well in our events. This isn't a guy who gives up easy. And now he can basically cheese 3 games in a row if he wants, and just roll the dice. Like, I mean, and you know, it's tough to hold off cheese in any circumstance. He could seriously just cheese for 2 straight games and just be like, well, I really just beat him soundly in a straight-up match the last couple of times, so I'll just cheese and try and steal a win, and if I don't, then I'll play him straight up again and feel confident. So, really not the best position at all in the world for Shaggy to be in. Shaggy, though, going to be spawning as a different race, so hopefully we're going to see something a bit different. Spawning as the Terran now, this bottom 6 o'clock position, and VP Minotaur going to be at that 9 o'clock position. So close air positions here, and I really think, you know, Minotaur loves the cheese, man. He really, really does.
Oh yeah, you know, and with him being able to cheese, you know, once he figures out that they're on close positions like this could be detrimental to Shaggy, because again, we don't know how he plays as any of the other racers, because we've only really seen him play as the Zurich, and he's not great at it, but he's I guess okay to play.
He's been outclassed. Call it what it is, man.
Yeah.
Make sure you type in close air /cross there so they know, because a lot of people assume MLG means only cross. I don't think it matters, you know. Yeah, Minotaur's going to see that already, but Shaggy moving out, and apparently doesn't know what MLG means, as he now scouts the position his opponent can't possibly be in, the close ground rush distance. So this probe going to be in here, and we're going to see exactly what Glee's going to be pulling. He's got the gateway down first, so no forge nonsense. So it looks like he's going to play straight up at least a little bit, but you know, I can't help feel bad for Shaggy. You know, unless he comes back with something very, very strong out of his Terran play, I just can't help but feel like he's a little outclassed here.
Yeah, you know, and sadly, you know, that's one of the detriments of being a random player, is that you've got to be so good at all 3 races in comparison to the player that has a selected race. Right. You know, it's one of those things. You know, you and I have talked about this before. Most of the random players are good at cheese. That's it. They'll cheese.
They learn 3 builds and cheese every time.
Yep, and then that's it. But you know, it looks like Shaggy's, you know, trying to be an actual random player and actually trying to learn how to play the races. So, you know, kudos to him. I really have a lot of respect for that, where you don't just cheese and try to win as a random player with that. So, you know, great job by him to do that. You know, although I would not hold it against him if he did just decide to all out cheese, bunker rush, do something like that.
Right.
Because that would be just you know, epic in my book versus someone like someone like Glee.
Yeah, Glee going to go ahead and get that gas still down, so going to delay any sort of a tech route. Going to lose the probe in the process. One Marine going to go back and start working on this. So when you see a gas deal like this, you kind of have to assume that, well, I guess it could go either way. I mean, he's chrono boosting the gateway and the cybernetics core, so we're going to have to wait and see. He's up on 2 gas, so that, you know, that indicates to me at the very least that he's either going to sentry expand or he's going to try and take a 1-base tech route. Neither would surprise me particularly. It wouldn't surprise me a bit to see him get up on 3-gate robo before taking an expansion, being very safe, and maybe even trying to put together a push. You can actually put together an extremely deadly in a TVP matchup, very zealot and immortal heavy push, and then you have a few sentries there just for force fields, but you can really do a lot of damage with a push like that off of 1 base.
Oh yeah, it looks like Shaggy is going to go to the 1-1-1. And try to make himself he's got a one drone SCV out there, possibly trying to get ready to build a starport immediately to go for drops.
Yeah, drops are very much a possibility. He's got the factory up. He's not getting any add-on onto it at the moment. He is getting a tech lab on his barracks, so that could mean anything really. I mean, given the proximity of the factory, he would probably favor switching. Nope, just going to drop another tech lab there on his factory as well. So, I'll tell you, man, Shaggy doesn't like to expand, does he?
No, he's not. He is not an expand type of person. He's usually a one base pressure and then expand, depending on that. But as we see that there are pylons going down all over the place in Minotaur's base. They're trying to make sure that he is going to be able to spot any sort of drop play. And really, he hasn't been. I was going to say he hasn't really gotten up that warp gate tech, but that warp gate is coming in right now as we speak, and we see the reactor going down now on that starport.
Yep, so we're going to see him open up these 3 warp gates. He's at the 400 minerals. Looks like he's going to move out and just poke around a little bit, but I would say he's going to be expanding right now. Just a standard Sentry expansion, really. He does have one little stalker in there just to mix things up, but he could probably push right now, and he couldn't win with a push. He could deny this expansion. Shaggy actually very naked in trying to expand right now, and this, without a doubt, if he spots it, is going to deny this expansion. And really, he's just very naked in general. He's only got 3 Marines here, and 1 tank on the way, and the reactor now on the starport. And I think I can tell you exactly what Shaggy's problem is in all of his matchups. He tries to do too much too quick. He goes all the way up the tech route and neglects to make units the majority of the time, and you wind up in situations like this where a very early push that should be turned away is going to deny an expansion. And now what can he do about this? Really, what can he do? All he has to do is knock down one of these supply depots and it's GG.
Yep, and that this is going to be absolutely deadly. You see that that 1 tank and those 3 Marines are going to have to hold off the whole process here. 1 medevac coming out, and then he's building a missile. He built a missile turret for some weird reason, as opposed to building units. This those SCVs having to be pulled off the line right now to try to save that 1 tank, and unfortunately, Shaggy very upset with himself. GG's, and that's going to make VP Minotaur our winner 2 weeks in a row.
Oh yeah, Minotaur really on a tear. Let me get his special music queued up. Hang on, I got to find his special music. We got special music for each and every one of our winners. All right, here we go. Ready? Here we go. Open. There we go. All right, so congratulations to VP Minotaur, a.k.a. Glee, shutting Red Mage and I up for the 2nd week in a row as we talk crap on him for bailing to go watch Glee in the middle of a flippin' StarCraft tournament. But, if you go on to win the tournament, there's really not a whole lot of flack we can give him,
Oh, yeah, unfortunately, that's just one of those things, we try to make all these cool cool little predictions, hoping that Glee will just, somebody will just come up and pimp slap Glee, and unfortunately, I hope the day doesn't come where Glee says, "Look, if I win the next one, then we have to watch like an episode of Glee or something," because that'd be horrible. That would be like the absolute worst hour of our lives.
Oh God. Anyway, folks, thank you once again for joining us. Again, congratulations to VP Minotaur. Congratulations to Shaggy. Yeah, he placed 2nd. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And thanks to each and every one of you hanging out with us in the stream, in the BattleNet chat, everyone that came out to compete. We've got so much going on. Don't forget, next week, this weekend actually, first and foremost, we've got all of our events leading up. The Omega Divisional, then we're going to have our Faction Wars. Going to try and get those VODs up to you. The Omega Divisional tomorrow night, so get signed up for that. If you've got a friend who's in Diamond Master or Grandmaster League, get them to sign up. Saturday, I'm going to be down there with Red Mage and Mr. Mini-Me and most of the IG staff at Lucky Fools Tournament. I'm going to be casting alongside of Ip of Rage Quit TV, so make sure you tune in for that. It's going to be streamed, or if you happen to be in the area, drop on by cyberground.us and say hi to us. And of course, weekend after that, we're going to be doing our IG Live event, but most importantly, next week, giving away $1,000 worth of Magic cards. So if you're a card-playing kind of a guy, or you know someone who is, or hell, if you just want some extra money, if you win them, you can sell them on eBay. $50 prizes, without a doubt. About $50 worth of cards we're going to be handing out to each and every winner, so stay tuned for that. Red Mage, it's a pleasure as always, my friend. We ready to get out of here?
We're all set, ready to go. Congratulations to VP Minotaur, and thank you. Congratulations to Shaggy for making it all the way through. We really appreciate everybody for coming out. Make sure to hit that follow on Chiston TV. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook for all the information about the upcoming contest, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Take care, guys.